What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, the Independent Stacker, coming to you again tonight, May 31st, 2019. First off, let me just give you my very sincere apologies. It's been almost a week since my last video. I'm trying to adjust to a new schedule at work, as well been a little under the weather, so I really haven't been feeling up to putting out any new content, and again, I do apologize for that. Hope to get back on a regular rotation for y'all here real soon. In my absence, we have seen a lot of movement on the big board, so let's check it out. We're sliding on into the weekend. As of 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, gold is up at $13.08. Silver is also up at $14.65, giving us a ratio of 89:29. We did see the ratio momentarily go above 90 back earlier in the week. I believe it was on either Tuesday or Wednesday we saw that happen. Very exciting times, especially if you are stacking silver like I am. Platinum is down at $7.96.10. Palladium is also down about $10 at $13.29.75. Both copper and aluminum are down. Aluminum, most notably, took a pretty decent hit since the last video of a little over 27 cents a pound. Another item on the big board taking a huge hit since the last video is crude oil. Barrels are down almost $6, down at $53.36. The Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both closed the week down. We closed the Dow Jones down at 815.04. NASDAQ closed the week out at 74.53.15. Two things of note on the big board. If we look up here, we don't often talk about the federal debt, but you will see tonight that it is in the green. It's actually gone down. It went down about $1 billion. No explanation for what that is, why it's doing that. Maybe it's Trump, maybe it's the Democrats, maybe it's Mexico, maybe it's China, maybe it's, it could be any number of things. You guys can let me know down in the comments below what you think it might be. But I also want to point out the second thing right here, Bitcoin. This space here, I had the FCOJ in, and nobody ever questioned what FCOJ was. FCOGA is frozen concentrated orange juice, and I've had that on the big board since we went to the larger format here. And honestly, I just thought that was something funny that was from the movie Trading Places. If you guys never seen that movie with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, it's one of my favorites, especially for 80s comedies. I just thought that was just a random thing that they talked about in that movie that they made up. It turned out the FCOJ is a real thing, and I've just been butchering those numbers. So I went ahead and took that up. I put it on there as a joke. But we are going to replace that with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is no joke. It is on the rise once again. It's been down some. I think it got down to $3,100 at one point earlier in the year. But currently, it is way, way up at 85.55.80. So we're going to keep track of that Bitcoin for you guys. I know we got a lot of guys here in the community that are Bitcoin collectors. I also hold a small amount of Bitcoin. Well, relatively small. I own about 1/10 of a Bitcoin, which at this point could probably get me close to, I'm closing in on almost being able to trade that for an ounce of gold. So we might look at doing something soon with that Bitcoin that I've got. So let me know down in the comments also. You guys, let me make this the question of the night before we move on. Do you guys hold Bitcoin? Do you want to hold Bitcoin? And what do you think of Bitcoin? Do you think it's a ruse? Do you think it's a scam? Do you think it's the wave of the future? Do you think this is the direction that our world economy is heading in? Let me know down in the comments below. Tonight's Big Stacker shout out hardly needs any introduction. I think we are all very familiar with Silver Limey 79. If you are not familiar with him, if you have not subscribed to Silver Limey 79, please check his channel out. I'm going to post a link down in the description below. He is putting out awesome content for us. I think we all enjoy him on live streams when we see him, as well as him commenting on our videos. If you guys, again, if you haven't checked him out, make sure you slide on over and give him some love. In tonight's video, we're not adding a whole lot. Just one little Morgan. Picked this up from a friend of mine. Happened to have this. Said if I asked me if I was interested, I said sure. I gave him $18 for it. She's pretty beat up, but you know I have an affinity for 1921 Morgans. We're working on a tube. This one's been cleaned. You can see she's definitely got directional swipes across here. If you hold it just right, you can see we got some going across here as well. You remember around the outside, it's looking pretty gnarly. She's definitely been stepped on a few times. But, you know, just gotta grab those 21s when I can find them. So we're gonna go ahead and add that to the tube of the 21s we're working on. That brings our total now to 16 in the tube. We're getting real close to filling that one up. So, do want to go ahead and add that we have an announcement for the winners in the Stack Your Engines giveaway. We have 3 winners to announce. I do appreciate everybody that entered into the giveaway, but we've got 3 to give away tonight. We had 3 winners. We had 1 person win the Hard Luck Award, and the Hard Luck winner gets 1 gram of silver. The Hard Luck winner was the person who chose Colton Herta to win the race, and Colton finished dead last in 33rd. And that would go to Victoria Roman Carter. She picked Colton Herta to win. Obviously, he finished dead last. We did not have anybody pick 3rd place. So we're going to move on to 2nd place. Tontos Stackin. He picked Alexander Rossi to win. And boy, did he put on a good show right at the very end of the race. And, brother, you almost had it. Yeah, Rossi was back and forth with the winner. The last 6 laps there was just a gorgeous ending to the 500. Definitely one of the better ones that I've seen in my 28 years going. So, sir, you have won a 10-gram Valcombi stick. And we had 1 person that successfully picked the winner. David Carlisle. He picked Simon Pagenaud to win. I'm not sure why more people didn't pick the pole sitter to win the race. Simon Pagenaud had a hell of a month. Won the Grand Prix, sat on the pole for the Grand Prix. I'm sorry, no, he was not on the pole for the Grand Prix. But he won the Grand Prix, sat on the pole for the 500, won the 500. Pole sitter wins 22% of the time in the Indy 500. Just remember that for next year, guys. So David Carlisle wins the 2002 West Point commemorative dollar. This one will be heading your way. Now, how do these prices head your way? Well, let me tell you. I'm going to need you to email me at indieguy711@gmail.com. Again, indieguy711@gmail.com. There's no spaces in indieguy711. So, guys, email me your address, and I will make sure that these go out in the mail for you on Monday. Guys, I want to say a big thank you to everybody that has been following my videos for this journey. The last 4 months or so, I've been putting these videos out. This is just an incredible community, and I can't say enough how much I appreciate everybody in the community, the large channels, the small channels, those obscure channels that not everybody knows about. And I want to highlight those in the future and get you guys over to those. And that's why we do the Big Stacker shout out. But I wish I could give a dozen big stacker shout outs tonight. And there's a lot of channels out there that deserve a lot of love. And guys, I do appreciate everything that you guys do for our community. If you would, please consider hitting that like button if you enjoyed tonight's video. The comment section down below, let's talk about Bitcoin this evening. And of course the subscribe and jingle jangle bell here in the corner, bing bong, so you can be notified of when new videos are coming out. The Independent Stacker is here once again to remind you that if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy.